Pearlo dancing. This is the way I'm going to intro from now on, right? Her. How you doing, everybody? Welcome to the Pearlo Show. It's my NHL Pearls of Wisdom, and we're coming to you live from the basement of my Seattle apartment. Yes, it's a little brighter in the basement of my Seattle apartment today. Go Caps! Welcome, buddy. Welcome to the live. How are you doing? What about this fancy news of Claude Jullien not Claude Jullien getting fired? How do we like that? I would say, are you guys there? I would say that's pretty fancy news right there. I kind of, oddly enough, I think by the sounds of it, I went on social media. Hey, Implicit, welcome. I went on social media, and it seemed that a lot of people knew this was coming. I didn't realize that. I thought I was the only one that thought that was seeing Jullien getting fired. The Montreal was going back to that old. Jullien gets caught up in shooting the puck a little too much lately, or as he got older, and shooting the puck from anywhere. They started out having a little bit of freedom to move around and play a bit, to have some creativity. And their last couple of games against Ottawa, they were back to that old way of not doing that. And seriously, it was going to do them in, and it certainly did. So now Jullien is out. I also think that, and I haven't looked at anybody else's stuff on this, but I think Boudreau is another reason why they let him go, because I have a sneaky suspicion that Boudreau is going to be the one that takes over here. You know how they love their, French Canadians there, so. Which I kind of find funny, if not only in Montreal would they complain that they like to have coaches that are from Montreal, because most of, let's say Alberta, like if there was a lot of Alberta coaches that are from Alberta, Edmonton and Calgary would probably hire those guys, to tell you the honest truth. There's something about the hometown feel. I think they put a little too much stock into that. I don't know. I could be wrong. Tell me what you think. I'm just sharing my live here, so I can't see what you guys are saying at the second. But I will in a bit. As you can see, I'm all by myself today. Nobody wanted to play with me. It's just we're getting very busy at the Steel Flyers Network. Very busy. I go over to Steel Flyers. If you haven't found it yet, go Steel Flyers. Search Steel Flyers on YouTube. And subscribe to that channel and watch the last video we did. In fact, I might even put it on my channel here soon. It was so good. We did it with Jim Jackson, the voice of NBC, on Philadelphia Flyers on NBC. It was amazing. Peyton on the radio. Almost done, and then I'll get back to playing with you guys. Okay. How many people do we got on here now? Yeah, no guests today. Like I said, we're getting so busy with Steel Flyers Network that it's a little difficult to get guests. Also, there's other people that would like to come on, but there's a process that comes on. But don't worry, we're going to be getting a lot of guests. Yes, I am. I'm in the basement of the Seattle apartment today. It's a little warm up there today, so going down somewhere where it's nice and cool. What did you guys all think of the Jullien firing there? I was surprised. There was a lot of people that saw it, said they saw it coming like me. I wasn't like saying that, okay, he's going to get fired right away. What I was saying is if they keep on playing this perimeter type game, that I don't know why Jullien led teams slip into this sometimes because he likes them to shoot a lot. I could see him being moved. And there was another reason for that. Oh, yeah, I got to move the guest part because there was supposed to be guests. Thank you. I have, you are my guests. There you go. You are my guest. Kind of about Mueller. I think Mueller decided that if Jullien was going, he might as well go too because they have the same sort of philosophy, anyways. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I think Jullien and Mueller have the same philosophy. So either they thought, well, if we're going to get rid of Jullien, we better remove Mueller as well, or Jullien Mueller heard about Julien's firing and said, you know, I'll probably go too, because Jullien will probably land on his feet somewhere. He'll probably coach again. Uh, so in which case maybe Mueller wants to stick with Jullien. They just like working together or what have you. So yeah, interim coach. So I really think Boudreau is part of the reason why they let Jullien go here. They thought if they have any questions at all, because okay, there was Goudreau, not Goudreau, Boudreau. Boudreau just publicly came out, which I found very odd. And I don't have the exact quote in front of me, but Boudreau came out. You can Google it, and said that it was asked if Seattle would come to him, would he coach for Seattle? And he said yes. I mean, if I was offered the job in Seattle, I would probably take it. Coaching's in my blood. Basically saying he wants to get back into coaching again. So he wanted to get back into coaching again. So I have a feeling, I could be wrong here, but there could have been talk in the background with Boudreau about the coaching job in Montreal before they decided to let Jullien go. And basically, Boudreau came out and said, yeah, I'd go to Seattle. I'd go to wherever. If they offered it to me right now, I would probably take it, right? And Montreal thought, okay, we want Boudreau. We don't want him going to Seattle. We're not sure about Jullien right now. We think we want to change the energy of the team, or whatever their reasons were for that. Probably all of those things. And so they did it now. Also, it's earlier in the season. It's going to give the new coach a little more time to acclimate themselves and stuff like that. I could be wrong about that, but this new coach that they put in, I don't even know what his name is, to tell you the honest truth, hasn't had any real coaching experience. I don't know. I find it hard to believe they're going to keep on rolling with them. But, I mean, if he comes in and they start rolling again, maybe he holds on to it. It's a great opportunity for him. Lundqvist skated since the heart surgery. I know, that's the amazing thing. And Lundqvist himself said, whoa, look at that. It's the GOAT 2. The GOAT 2 is here. John from Hot Take Hockey. Hot Take Hockey, he's got some great stuff there. He's one of the best there. I said it. Yeah, I mean, Lundqvist said that this surgery, I don't know, could you have minor heart surgery? Is that ever minor? I don't know, I guess, possibly. That he was going to go back he wanted to play next year, and he was going to get back on the ice, and he was going to go back to playing next year. Heck, I wouldn't even doubt if he plans on playing this year for all I know. But what an amazing story if he does. And what does Washington do now? they have this Vanacek kid who has been playing pretty darn well. I mean, the last little while, maybe his kind of numbers have kind of gone down a bit, but I think they bring Lundqvist back if whenever he's medically able to do so, and they uh, they bring him back. They signed him already, so Vanacek will have to go on the back burner for a while, I would suppose. I know. Okay. Yeah. I imagine. I mean, he has to be a great coach to get to where he is. But even the worst coach in the NHL is still a great coach. You know, they didn't get there for no reason. I mean, this is the top of everything. So the question is, do you want to take in a shortened season like this? Is this where you want to slam somebody into a position of being a number one? Uh, it's that's it doesn't seem like the spot where you want to take this new guy that's been an assistant for a while, never had coaching experience, and you want to throw him into a condensed season, traveling everywhere without much practice time to get these guys going. It just seems like a really odd. I think there's somebody on the back burner, and I think that person is likely Bruce Boudreau. That's really what I think. Like I said, those statements that Boudreau made about going to Seattle here this week. First of all, coaches generally don't publicly say what they may or may not do. It's a very odd thing for any coach to do that. Bruce Boudreau is an experienced guy. He's been in the league a long time. Kind of odd for him to come out into the media and say what he would or wouldn't do right now. I have a feeling he was pushing the hand of Montreal, saying, you got to tell me now or I'm out of here. Yeah, he knows the guys. Yeah, he's just the interim coach. That's why I'm saying I imagine they have somebody ready here now. I'm leaning to the fact that they have somebody ready, and I'm leaning to that somebody being Boudreau, since they like to have French Canadian coaches there to work with the media. I'm not. I've been to Montreal. I'm not from Montreal. It seems very important for them to have francophone leadership for whatever reason. I don't judge like other people do about it though. Like that could be very important to that culture, to their culture there and fan base and all of those sort of things like that. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just the way it is. Like I said, if I'm pretty sure if there was like a lot of coaches that were of the NHL caliber that were from Alberta, I'm pretty sure Edmonton and Calgary would, all things being equal, would lean to those guys. So, okay, see you, Caps. Hey, how you doing, Kevin? Mr. Serling, welcome to the live, my friend. We'll get into some of those picks there at the end. See you, Go Caps. Remember, Go Caps. We'll see you tonight on the GOAT. John, off the wall. John, he's got a double header going tonight live, so that's going to be way cool. So the thing about doing this by myself, when we start doing the games, when I go to look at the games, I can't see you guys. Here, that's what I'll do. I'll put you on here. Duh. I got a phone right here. I'll just put you on here. Then I can see what you're saying. Silly me. Why didn't I think of that earlier? But I kind of feel bad for Claude Jullien. I mean, he goes to he leaves Boston, he signs right over to Montreal right away. Like, hey Ulysses, how you doing? He goes over to Montreal right away. Well, how long was he there? 2 years? Was it 2 years? I have a feeling if I'm Claude Jullien, I think it's time to like chill for a bit. Just go take a break, relax for a year. let everything settle out, see what happens in the regular season here, and maybe we'll see if. But the question is now, he got fired from Boston. Now he's got fired from Montreal pretty quickly. I wonder what value he's going to have to get another job now. I think it could be a bit before his resume starts to creep up again, and people say, "Hey, 2 years, yeah." People say, "Hey, Jullien does have an amazing resume," and all of those sort of things like that. But the problem is the same problem happened in Boston as it did in Montreal. Although there was a louder voice in Boston about the fact that he didn't let the kids play as much. He wasn't as good for the younger players. So he was letting the kids play here. He had Evans in there, Suzuki, Kotkaniemi. He was putting those guys in. The second problem was he wasn't allowing the players to be creative enough. And that is the same problem I think that came in Montreal. That they started again. He started stifling their creativity again, even when they were winning, and they decided to move him on. I don't. Will he be the coach everybody wants? I'm not so sure about that. Where would where would Jullien fit in well? I mean, I don't know who's gonna. Yeah, get. Maybe it's possible that Bruce Boudreau takes over in Montreal, and now Jullien goes to Seattle. I don't know I don't know if I'm interested in Jullien in Seattle. I mean, with the reputation of not being allowing his players to be creative enough, do you want to go to a Seattle team that's going to have a lot of young players on it and all of those sort of things like that? The Isles play the Bruins Thursday. Yeah, that's going to be a tough game. As far as the Bruins are concerned, news Lauzon, who has been, is it Lausanne? It looks like Lauzon. And being from Canada, we speak the Montreal, the French type sounding. If it sounds French, we say it French. But Lausanne, he's got a broken hand apparently and is going to be out. That is a big loss for that Boston defense right now. He has been playing absolutely fantastic. Mm. I got to share this onto my Patreon too. That's what I need to do. So yeah, Lauzon being gone, which is good for you Islanders fans because you might have a chance against Boston there without Lausanne in there. But I mean, that team is rocking right now, totally rocking. So yeah, we're gonna talk about that about the Flyers playing the Rangers tonight. It's really the fact that they don't have enough in their lineup. I think Philly's gonna beat the Rangers tonight. I don't know though. It's really close. They could steal it, but without Panarin. So let's talk about that. I guess we didn't talk about that. The whole Panarin thing. There's not much to talk about really. Um, all I'll say is I don't think he's not playing right now because he's being investigated for whatever he was uh, accused of. I think he's not playing right now for his life. I think he's afraid for his life. I really do. The Flyers no Wallstrom for Calder implicit. Yes, same thing as last night. Uh, Elliott is in net, and that I'm more comfortable with that. I'm more comfortable with Elliott in that tonight. Carter Hart needs to take a step back for a bit. Needs to chill. This is the first time I think in his life he's gone through some difficulties, and uh, he needs to just relax. Yeah, he needs to relax. And that's what the thing about that is. Carter Hart has been known for relaxing. Like I've watched him. He's from my where I live in Alberta. He's from my area, and the big thing that Carter Hart is always known for is that he doesn't buckle under pressure. Like he doesn't do what he did where he did a two-hander with the stick on the post and lose his mind. Now, he let two goals in that were kind of suspect in that game. But I have a feeling it was more to do with the fact that the Philadelphia Flyers are not playing well in front of him. Or he would never say that, not in a million years. But Philadelphia Flyers have not been playing well in front of him. Elliott's been impressive this year. Elliott has been really good this year. That's the big thing is Shesterkin is playing pretty solid again. So Shesterkin could steal this himself. The only thing I really like about this game is not the line. I like the under on this game. Barzell for Hart. Jeez. Okay, let's look at yesterday's games. We'll get going here. Oh shoot. Sophomore slump. Is he really a sophomore though? I think just a goaltender playing behind a defense that is playing like they're getting outshot 2-1 almost, the Philadelphia Flyers right now. I think he's just getting kind of frustrated with the team in general. You got guys like Gustafsson coughing up the puck like they have a bet on the other team to win. Like seriously, it's really bad. So, well, I don't necessarily disagree with you, Ulysses. I just think that first of all, Trouba's out. Panarin is out. Heidel is out. And Kakko is out for the Rangers. That's a lot of players to be off. The Rangers lineup is pretty thin to begin with, and then you lose those four. Philadelphia has a crap load of players out. But I think you're really going to be riding both teams are going to be riding their top lines a lot. And I'm leaning that the Philadelphia's top line will outduel the Rangers' top line. They're also going to be playing their top four a lot. And even with the injuries, I still like Philadelphia's top four better than the Rangers. The thing that I don't like about picking the Flyers here is that Shesterkin can win the game all by himself. So I'm not super strong on the game. I wouldn't put a lot on it as far as the line is concerned. As far as the over-under is concerned, though, I'm all over the under here because you have that much talent out of the lineup. And Elliott is solid backup, one of the best backups in the league. And Shesterkin is playing really well. I don't think anybody's scoring too much in that game. Yeah, did you have them? I had them PL. I had the Senators puck line in that one. You do have a thin roster and you have a bunch of injuries, significant injuries, and so does Philadelphia. So it's a tough one to pick. I would take Rangers PL, but you're not getting any juice on it. It's like 138. Maybe throw it in a parlay, something like that. That game has too many factors that can have anything happen. That's what I don't like about that game. They have injuries on both sides. The only thing I can really make sense to me is that there won't be much scoring. I like the under. I think Elliott. I don't think Elliott's given up more than 3 goals all year. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure Elliott hasn't given up more than 3 goals all year. He's been the better goaltender of between him and Carter Hart. So, If I'm gonna go an under, I'm gonna go an under with Elliott over Carter Hart right now, to tell you the honest truth. So, which player would be the Kraken's number one center? I think they might sign a free agent for that. No, not the best goal scorer ever. He was damn good though. Who do I think would be the number one center? If you're going from guys that they're going to pick off the, geez, I'd have to really think about that, and I don't necessarily think I have time to really think about it. Uh, I think they'll probably sign a free agent for a number one center. Who's on 2021 free agency? Goaltender positions. It also is going to kind of depend on. It's going to kind of depend on what direction they want to go. I have a feeling that they are going that the Kraken bringing Ron Francis in tells me that they're going to be very patient. I don't think they're going to be going after big name guys. I don't think they're going to be worrying about winning the first couple of years. So you could see like a guy like Michael Granlund. I could see a guy like Michael Granlund being the number one center. Hey CL, how you doing, buddy? Who's I don't know who Burrows is. Burrows, like, is he the ex-player Burrows? Is that who it is? I don't think Seattle's come up with their AHL team yet. You say Seattle Kraken. I keep on having to look at who's saying this. It's implicit. Who do you think is going to be the number one center? I don't know. Thinking at all of the. They might be able to get somebody like Duchesne. If Nashville can't, Duchesne or Johansson. If Nashville can't trade those contracts away, they'll probably leave them available. Now, if I'm the Seattle Kraken, I would probably go with Johansson. $8 million a year. You're not really having to worry about the cap. It gives you a big body center to play, to fill a hole on your roster. And who knows? You could get a coach that could get more out of them than anybody has so far. I don't know. Duchesne, uh, yeah, maybe somebody like that. What do you think about that? Just off the top of my head, like looking at a team that has a super bad contract, not super bad, but pretty bad contract that they'll probably put out there. You might be able to get Nashville to even give you a second rounder to pick one of those guys. So you can get a second rounder, and then you get a guy to fill in a hole on your roster for a couple years until you get one of your draft available players comes in and is able to take that spot. One of the players that you draft is what I'm trying to say, not draft available. So yeah, off the top of my head, I would say Johansson or Duchesne or somebody or out of Nashville would be their number one center. CL, how you doing, my friend? Ex Canucks. Who's ex Canucks? Okay, let's look. I'm going to go over and look at yesterday's games. I'm going to put you guys up here so I can look at what you're saying while I'm talking, and I can scoot over here when you say something. So the first game, really messed me up. It was Jersey Buffalo. And I did not think for... It's so funny. When Buffalo was playing the Islanders, I said, I have a feeling Buffalo's going to win this game. They didn't against the Islanders. But I thought their energy was changing there. I saw a more positive energy going on with the Sabres. Okay? Yes. Okay, that's what you mean, former Canuck. Burrows. Okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't know much about him as a coach. Good for him. He's got a chance now. He's made it in made it in the NHL as an assistant coach. That's friggin' awesome. But I didn't know that. Did you know that Hall already has 10 assists this year? Hall's putting up some decent points. Like you can say whatever you want about him, but he does always put up some pretty decent points. Victor Olofsson got his 7th last night. Rasmus Asplund came in for Buffalo. I don't know if you guys know anything about this guy, but he should be playing somewhere in the league. This guy's got heart like crazy. He's not going to score a lot, but he did score last night. I think he's going to make it very difficult to put Skinner back in the lineup. I don't even know how they're going to get Skinner back in the lineup, to tell you the honest truth. They were on a back-to-back last night after losing to the Islanders, a very tough game against the Islanders. And then they're on the road against New Jersey, and they beat them up pretty darn good. Now, the Devils did outshoot them. I didn't get the chance to see much of the game, unfortunately. But Dylan Cousins scored. Hall got his 10th assist. The line was going last night was Cousins, Hall, and Stahl. I like that line. A rookie playing with Hall makes Hall feel like he's the leader of his line, and then Stahl, a veteran, to kind of get Hall is can be an annoying guy to play with, and having a guy like Stahl there can kind of like loosen how do I explain it? Put Hall in his place, get him humble. That's the word I'm looking for. Hall needs to humble himself a tad. It's okay to have confidence. Confidence is fantastic. But arrogance, on the other hand, even cockiness a bit isn't too bad when you're in the idea that you feel you're going to win so much that you want to make the other team feel like they can't. Hall borders on arrogance, though, a lot. Maybe even not borders. And I think playing with a guy like Stahl is really going to help them not border on that arrogance. So I really like that line. Nikita Gusev scored for New Jersey. And then Cody Eakin, who we talked about yesterday. Imagine, we bring up Cody Eakin, Peyton on the radio and I. We slam Cody Eakin, and he scores the game-winning goal. This happens all the time. Yeah. Top 5 favorite players. That would be... Skinner's really creeping up to be my least favorite player. I think Eriksson still has the title yet, but Skinner's coming really fast, growing up there to get that. Anyways, we slammed Cody Eakin yesterday, if you remember. And... he scores a goal. He scores a winning goal. I got to make sure I tell Peyton that. Because every time Joe or any of us slam a guy, the next day, and I know you're watching, Cody, and you wanted to shove it down our throats for slamming you yesterday. And you can now thank us for you getting to see. You can thank us because we put a fire under your belly. And thanks for watching, Cody. We love you and all of those sort of things like that. So I'm surprised you have time in your day with all your practicing to watch this, but you seem to find the time. Okay, so Eric Stahl played 14 minutes. Cody Eakin played a season-high 14 minutes last night. Now, and that's not that I don't like Cody Eakin. I see why they brought him in. But it's possible that Skinner's whining was such an anchor for this team that you could see a big turnaround in this team now. Uh, Middlestat putting up zeros. No one hit. This guy Middlestat is like 6'3", something like that. He doesn't hit enough. He's got to learn how to play with his body. He's like eighth overall pick or something like that. 2016, I want to say. And he's just not going to make it playing like that. Irwin played 20 minutes last night. Montour. Now, getting to New Jersey, I'm getting a little concerned here. Dano and Tatar today then. I can't really slam Dano, but I think part of the reason why I will talk, since you brought it up with Dano, I think part of the reason why Jullien is fired is because of Dano. I don't think Dano is a big Jullien guy. He seemed to whine quite a bit there, and we'll see about that. But he wasn't having a great year. He was playing great defensively. Dano always will, but he wasn't having a great year offensively. And I think a lot of that might, if my thinking is correct, and Jullien is not letting these guys being creative as a lot of other coaches in the league do nowadays, maybe it was rubbing Dano the wrong way too. So I would mention that as well. As far as New Jersey, it's starting to get a little worrisome here. They're losing games that they shouldn't. They should not be losing against a Buffalo team that's playing on a back-to-back here. And not only did they lose, but they lost fairly soundly. Anybody watch the game last night where they really outplayed? Doesn't seem like it. They did outshoot Buffalo. Mackenzie Blackwood stopped 33 and 36. It's not bad. Maybe they just weren't getting the bounces, or it was unlucky. So I don't want to say too much about that. So we'll go on to another game. Who watched the Penguins Capitals yesterday? Who was on the live last night? I know that Implicit was. I know that he was for sure. Implicit was on last night telling everybody how Wallstrom's going to get the Calder and everything that he does. We love you, Implicit. We do. We really do. I know you like to get a rise out of everybody. And you sure got a rise out of John last night. He was like freaking out. I don't know how. I love John, but when he gets, you can get him going. And you certainly did. I was snickering in the background a little bit. Well, he scored last night. How do I think they're going to have to keep him for this season. Let me look here. Isn't his contract up after this? Was it a 3-year contract or? I think it was a 3-year contract because he was holding out for 3 years. I believe. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Let me look at my Cap Friendly here. Cap Friendly, it's the best there. I said it. Do you guys go on Cap Friendly? You should. Cap Friendly is finest in the land. We'll look up New Jersey. He's way on the bottom. Gusev. Nikita Gusev. This is his last year. They'll probably try to trade him to somebody. Somebody may try to pick him up for extra scoring depth or something like that. But he's got to start putting points on the board for that to happen. We got to remember, Gusev was with Vegas. Vegas had his rights. And they wanted to sign him for, I think, 2 years, and he wanted 3 years, and he kept on holding out. And New Jersey finally came and gave him 3 years. But I don't think they wanted to give him the $4.5 million he wanted either, because he hadn't played in North America yet. You really can't tell what a player is going to be until it's going to translate into until he comes over. And obviously, it's not translating very well because he's not putting very good points up here right now. Also, it's just a thing. When you give somebody lots of money, you don't know what they're going to react like. It people, all these people love hockey. They live for hockey their whole life, but they're human. And when you go from like living in Russia, and I don't know if he had a poor family, but it's possible that he did, if or at least an average family, and you come over to the U.S. and you get $4.5 million a year. Sometimes hockey isn't as important as it was before because you have so many options now. You can go marlin fishing whenever you feel like it, ladies everywhere, party lifestyle, all that stuff like that. So it's a big risk. And I don't know what his personality is like, what his history was in Russia. All of those things come into play. And it looks like Las Vegas did the right thing by not signing him, that's for sure. You're too busy, yeah, watching the Habs and Sendon. We'll get to that game because that's like, it seems to be the game that did in Jullien, right? Anyways, the Pittsburgh game was really a great game. And I was doing this with John from Off the Wall Hockey last night. I was the analyst for that. The difficult part, if you wonder when I'm watching that why I'm not saying a lot more, is because there's a delay, and he is actually kind of ahead of me. And by the time I want to say something, I'm going to be talking into the next frame where he's already talking about something. So I don't know how we're going to, when we got our studio and everything like that, and we're both on the same time frame, it's going to be a lot better. But it was still amazing. It was still awesome. John is incredible at commentating. I love his stuff. So, but the thing I found about this game, okay, in the first period, the Washington Capitals came out completely flat. I was like, at that time, I was saying, you might as well take a live bet on Pittsburgh here because they're probably going to win this game. And they ended up doing so. But Washington still managed to keep it to 1-0. And both John and I kept on saying, they got to hit the net. Pittsburgh was getting a lot of shots towards the net, but wasn't hitting the net. So it was, if you wonder why I'm looking down like this, I have my phone here so I can see you guys chat. So don't stop chatting if you want. And we thought, not taking advantage of their opportunities like that could come back to bite them. And they sort of did. Because in the second period, Washington had a much better skating legs. Richard Panik had a fantastic run to the way Panik scores. Richard Panik, he scores by going to the net with the puck. And he did. Made a nice little move. Nice goal to tie it up. Then Connor Sheary. This guy has really found a home in Washington. Doesn't play huge minutes because he can't. He's on the small side. He's stocky and strong, but still small. The best thing for him is to be able to play with full energy. And his full energy seems to be about 10, 12 minutes a night. But in that 10, 12 minutes a night, he packs a lot of punch. And he scored his 5th goal last night, playing with Kuznetsov yet. So that's pretty impressive. Then Jake Gunsel comes back, ties it up. And then the third, hey Avatar, how you doing, my buddy? Thanks for coming in, man. Then in the third period, by the way, everybody hit that like button. Everybody tells me to do that. Like, you get this going. If you want, you could also just share this to some of your social media sites so we can get more people. More people in the Frolic is awesome. Third period, this is what I really wanted to talk about. Third period to me seemed pretty plain that nobody wanted to win this game in the third. Nobody wanted to lose this game in the third. It seemed to me that they were playing to go to overtime. They were playing to get the point, both teams. And that's concerning to me a little bit. I'm a little concerned that both of these teams would do that. we'll see as the season goes on. Washington had 22 shots and Penguins had 37. And most of those were in the first period. Now, in the second period, I would say the Capitals had more high quality chances than the Pittsburgh Penguins did. I would even say, even though they had 22 shots, they had more high quality chances throughout the game. But I don't have the stats to back that up. Yeah, like button would be cool. So it was an interesting game to call. I wanted to say, as far as minutes are concerned, people I noticed, Kapanen, who just happened to get a goal and assist, he was playing with Crosby last night. Crosby and Gunsel. And it seemed like that has been the best spot for him so far. So we'll see how that works out. When he got traded from Pittsburgh to Maple Leafs, the rumor or talk was that they didn't think that he was going to play well with Crosby. Now he comes back, he's playing on a line with Gunsel and Crosby, and his speed going to the net looks like it does play well with Crosby. So it did look well. Gunsel had a great game. Malkin had one of the best games I've seen him play this year. Just happened to score a goal with a nice tip, but also was playing, although he was a -2 for the day, I wouldn't have thought that the way he played. He actually seemed to play pretty well. Yeah, well, that's the thing. Hey, John, the goat's in the house. We were just talking about the game we did last night. Stop being regular season killers. Yeah. That meaning that no success in the playoffs, but success in the regular season. Now, that could be this year. Now, I think they're going to be fine this year. I was on the fence about Laviolette when they hired him. I was kind of back and forth. And by the end of the summer, I'm like, no, Lavi's going to change it up here. It's going to be good. I took Washington to win the East and all of that. But in the back of my mind, the problem is Laviolette to me looks like he needs to chill out, dude. I really thought he should when he got fired, I said he should take a break and get away from hockey for a while. He looks like he's going to have a heart attack. And he still looks like that behind the bench. And I find that a little bit concerning for guys like Ovechkin and stuff like that. I'm hoping they mellow him out a tad, because you can't be like just hyper freaking serious, intense all the time, no matter what you're doing in life, I find. So anyways, yeah, John, we were just talking about the game and how in the third period it looked like neither one of these teams wanted to win. Jari had played well. We were also talking about how Washington had more quality chances, really. Even though they were outshot, I would say Washington had more of the quality chances in this game. Who did I notice on for Washington? Ovechkin. Panic had a really good game. I noticed him quite a bit. That's what we didn't notice. We didn't notice Oshie yesterday. Oshie just wasn't there. And then we talked about it all game, John and I, about Oshie was really not noticeable. And then they get to overtime, and Oshie's on the frickin' ice with Dowd. Nick Dowd. What? Oh, I'm guessing because Nick Dowd is good at faceoffs, they wanted him to win the faceoff and then get off the ice. But if you lose the faceoff, you've got Nick Dowd on the ice. I don't know. Neither John and I thought that was a very wise move by Laviolette to do that, but what do we know? We're sitting here hoping people give us likes on YouTube, and Laviolette is making oodles and oodles of money being an NHL coach. So, yeah. Vanacek played very well last night, which is great for them. For a kid that's been playing as much as he has, to be able to still be playing at a high level is pretty impressive. Yeah, I know. Dowd and Oshie start OT. Oshie was invisible the whole game. And I know Oshie is a magician with the puck and all that stuff like that. On 3-3, he's a guy normally you probably want to have out there, but not last night. Last night he just looked terrible. I don't understand that at all. And Pittsburgh ended up winning the game. So I guess we were talking about this before. Now that Lundqvist is back again, I don't think you're going to see Lundqvist this year, though. Do you, John? I'm no doctor, but heart surgery may take a while to come back. I mean, it's amazing that he's coming back at all. So I can't see him. And by the way, Kapanen did score the overtime goal last night. He did have an overall game, one of the better games I've seen him play in his career last night. Really good. Bluger, 8 assists this year for Freddie Bluger. Wow. Unbelievable. Yeah, Vrana was kind of invisible. You got to wonder, maybe they're showcasing Oshie to give to Seattle next year. Maybe that's it. Because they're going to be in cap hell again, and Vrana can move up the lineup. Vrana's been very nice to stay in the bottom part of that lineup for as long as he has. He could have been making way more money than he is. He could have asked for a trade a long time ago where he could go be a top line winger somewhere, making a lot more money than he didn't. Vrana often gets stuck in positions where you're not going to notice him because he's not playing in the best spots for him to be successful. So tough for him. I think overall, I think I like Vrana. I think he's great. It's going to be nice for him when he can play higher up in the lineup. His career, he could have way better career numbers, be making way more money if he was playing on other teams where he could be a top 6. He's a top 6 on most teams, top 6 winger on most teams if you go down the list. Yeah, I would have to think so, and still could be back. But, I mean, he's on the ice already. I didn't think he was going to be on the ice already. When I heard that, I'm like, he's what? That's pretty impressive. Heart surgery and just, okay, have a little nappy nap and back on the ice we go. It's pretty crazy. Carlson, we got to talk about Carlson coughing up the puck all day yesterday too. Was it 2 egregious cough ups yesterday, wasn't it, John? It was Carlson too, wasn't it? Just absolutely, I don't know, I was looking away for one of them. And then John just, the way he does, just went, oh my gosh, who was that? Just absolutely gave up the puck, just basically handed it to, we're going to call it the goose from now on. Carlson did a goose last night, 2 goose. We're going to call it the goose from now on, from Gustafsson. Whenever we're doing lives from now on, John, if a defenseman coughs up the puck, we'll call it a goose. Remember the one at the blue line. There was another one in overtime or something, too. It was in overtime. He coughed it up again in overtime. That was pretty gross. Absolutely goose. Sheary had more playing time, did he? Sheary had 13 minutes last night. That's a lot for him, yeah. And Vrana had 18 minutes on the time on ice last night. What are you talking about? Okay, let's get on to another game, even though we got John here. I think we talked more all we can about that. I guess I'll just say a little more, though. I wonder now if they're going to re-sign Lundqvist now that they know that Vanacek is as good as he is. Yeah, yeah. Give it. That's the goose. It used to be the ghost. Now it's the goose. Blackhawks versus Blue Jackets. Let's talk about that game. Okay, I didn't get to watch a lot of these games, although I did flip back and forth because I was doing the game last night. Sheary was much more noticeable. Yeah, Sheary had a great game last night. Sheary's has a great game all the time. You just got to keep his minutes down. If you try to do what the Buffalo Sabres did and make him a top 6 guy that plays 17 minutes a night, you're going to be really disappointed because he's going to be pretty tired pretty quick. You're not going to get the most out of him doing that. And yeah, you got another one tonight. You're doing a doubleheader tonight, right, John? They keep Samsonov. Vanacek, actually, now that I thought about it, he's a rookie, so yeah, he's not going to be up for expansion. You might want to think about using, because Samsonov's so young, maybe think about using Vanacek to not get anybody else off your roster. But I think Washington for the Seattle expansion draft. But I think Washington's going to try to pawn off an Oshie or something because they've got a couple. Vrana can take that spot. They have McMichael coming up. They got some young guys coming up that can take that place. I think they're going to try to pawn off Oshie on Seattle, and Seattle might bite on that, get some scoring. That would depend, of course, on his contract if he was willing to do that. Somebody can look that up for me. Rangers versus Flyers, then Kings versus Blues, and we'll get into those games if you can stick around long enough when we talk about those games later on. But last night, that's awesome. Everybody check that out, man. You don't want to be missing off the wall John's commentary. Forget about listening to the garbage commentators on American television. Turn it down. Get on with John off the wall. It's way better, way better. He's freaking amazing. He's got emotion. He gets excited for both teams scoring, and it's freaking awesome. He's got great commentary and great analysts too on the show sometimes, right? Yeah. Toot my own horn a little bit. Okay, last night. What a freaking crazy game. We're doing the show. We're doing the Pittsburgh-Washington game. And like every 2 minutes, it's Carl Soderberg scores. Patrick Kane. Columbus ties it up. Lion now has 7 goals on the year. I don't know if they were all with Columbus, but 8 goals on the year, sorry. Thought he was going to get a hat trick last night, but he didn't. Lion's doing what Lion does, and that's shoot top end corner and score a lot, all the time. He's friggin' amazing shooter. One of the most amazing one of the most effortless shooters I've ever seen. He looks like he's got it before he's got it. You know what I mean? Like he shoots it and it's like, yeah, I got this. I got this. I got this. Kind of like Brett Hall was when he played. Yeah, LaPerriere, I don't know what LaPerriere, he's got to come back from injury and stuff like that. We'll see what he turns out. But if he can come back from that injury, he's going to be sick. Yeah, John is very unbiased. No doubt about that. Peyton on the radio, he was on again last night with the Oilers. Not what I would call unbiased. When he's doing the Oilers games, he's a huge Oilers fan, but funny as hell, man. You got to check it out. I watched it. You'll laugh your butt off. He is great, and I'm sure he's going to do other stuff and be a little more unbiased. But when he's doing the Oilers ones, he's a die-hard Oilers fan, and I'm going to be talking about that Monday night for the Oilers and. Who are they playing again? I think it's not Vancouver. Is it Vancouver? I can't remember who they're playing. But anyways, I'm going to be doing one with him, a live with him. No, Saturday night. Saturday night. I believe it's Vancouver. Somebody look that up for me. I'm going to be doing the live with them Saturday night. No, Toronto. That's what it is. Edmonton, Toronto. I'm going to be doing a live with him Saturday night at 5, Saturday evening 5 Mountain, 7 Eastern. So come join that. Okay. Yeah, John is the GOAT, man. That's why we call him the GOAT. Well, it's not really the reason, but it's not why I call him, but it's one of the reasons he's the GOAT. Dominic, okay, Kubalik scored again last night. Keith gets his 7th assist. Pretty amazing what'll happen when you got to be the guy again. And Keith is playing very well. For a guy his age, he's playing very well. Adam Boquist scored. I don't think that was his first goal, but he was first goal of the year. And they're getting a lot out of that defense in Chicago. Anyways, I had Chicago ML, and they freaking came through. But wow, was it ever... Yeah, that... Yeah, Peyton is freaking amazing play-by-play kid. He's just young, man. The guy is just young, and he's fantastic. That's why we have these guys on Steel Flyers, man. We don't just, pick anybody. I went through how many people I can't even tell you, all the YouTubers and stuff that I went through looking for diamonds like this, and these guys are diamonds. They are freaking amazing. For sure, you got to check them out. Oliver Bjorkstrand got two goals to tie it up last night, and Roslovich is going. Columbus is weird. When Columbus was under all last year. Now they're an over almost every time. Mostly because they have Merzlikins can't stay healthy, and they got to keep on putting Korpisalo in there. Korpisalo is just not an NHL level goaltender. I'm sorry. They propped him up a lot last year and made him look decent, but most teams are getting a pretty good read on him now. His side to side is not quality, really. Slapshot Sweethearts? Yes. By the way, I don't know if I can say this. Slapshot Sweethearts are coming into Steel Flyers as well. They're on board with Steel Flyers, and they are absolutely fantastic. That's what I mean, man. Gold. Those guys are gold. I love those guys. I haven't had a chance to do any work with them, but I'm sure I will. So they brought in a guy like Walmart last year, Chicago, and we thought, okay, he's going to really get a really good chance here, but he only had 10 minutes last night. He's getting beat out by Pius Suter, who also got an assist last night. He's still racking up points, that kid. Comes over from Sweden. Nobody knows who he is. I don't know what his actual point totals are, but I bet you it's almost a point a game. Kurashev is going down in minutes. Kurashev, he's got a good shot. He goes to the net well, but his overall game is kind of lacking, but he's still young. And we are going to do Guess the Score. Absolutely, no doubt about it. That's one of my favorite parts of doing this, so we'll be doing it. DeBrincat played really well. From what I see, like I said, I didn't get to watch much of this game. Just wanted to talk about a couple guys. Lankinen now, on the other hand, Kevin Lankinen, his last couple games has got lit up. And so that's going to be interesting to watch. They may have to fall on Subban a little more now. Could be just going through a rough spell, but it's a little concerning to get lit up as much as he has. I didn't really see the goals too much. I know the two from Laine he didn't have much of a chance on, but it's been like 2-3 games now that he's kind of getting lit up, and Chicago's bailing him out with offense. Patrick Laine had 6 shots last night. Didn't know what his overall game was, but probably normal. Not the best defensively, but just a killer shot. High percentage shooter. Something that the Blue Jackets haven't had for a while. And the Blue Jackets did this as well without Werenski and... Oh no, Savard was in the lineup last night, John. Wow. Okay. So Savard was in the lineup last night. I do believe somebody else came out. Who was the other one? Del Zotto was hurt. That's right. And Dean Kukan wasn't in. I don't know if he's been taken over by somebody else, but nice to see Harrington getting minutes. Jones played 31 minutes last night, and Carlson played 22. Anyways, it was quite the exciting game. I kind of wish I could have watched it at the same time, and I will when I have my. I'm gonna have the big hockey man cave. I'm gonna have like 5 TVs, and I'll be just like freaking boom, 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 switching channels like crazy. It's coming, man. It's coming. You watch. It's gonna happen. Okay, yeah. You know, I was thinking about that too. Maybe I will write down everybody's plays on guess the score for sure. No, you weren't the only one. There was somebody else, Abby. I think it was. I think it was. What's his name? If he's still here, the guy the Islanders fan that I always forget his name. I shouldn't. Implicit. I think Implicit took the Sabres as well. And I was just talking where I should have took the Sabres because against the Islanders, I was talking about how I like their new energy, but I just couldn't on a back-to-back. It's very concerning for New Jersey to not beat a Sabres team on a back-to-back. Something to watch for sure. I think they're going to get their ass kicked pretty good by... If they haven't heard the wrath of Lindy Ruff yet, they probably will today or last night or what have you, because you don't want to be losing to a team back-to-back like that. Okay, I got to find a place. Here, I'll use this pad here. And we'll do that. I'm going to write down everybody's picks. Okay, let's look at another game from yesterday, shall we? Yeah, the Senators Canadians. I mean, so I could fall on you, NHNR, on this one. The Senators outshoot them 39-36. They come out strong right from the get-go. Does anybody not like Brady Tkachuk? Because is anybody like, I just absolutely love this guy. I like both of the Tkachuks. They're probably my favorite players in the league, honestly now. I really love them. Marc-Andre Fleury has been my favorite player for quite some time, but I think Brady or Matthew, either one of them, I just freaking love them. They are amazing. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's why I did it this way. It's what I like. I just love to talk hockey. I thought there could be enough people out there that love talk hockey with me. Drake Batherson scores his 5th last night. I was talking about him before the season. I really liked him. I think he's going to be a very good player, and he's showing up. Stepan got his 5th assist. Tough thing for Stepan when he moved from Arizona. I guess his family was having a baby, like he was having a baby and everything, and he took it like a champ. Like Stepan is one of the most incredible guys in the room. I bet you he's going to be a coach when he retires. I'll bet you. He seems like the kind of guy that's going to be like that. Last night you didn't like Brady Tkachuk. Being a Montreal fan, I imagine you didn't. But I love the guy. Shea Weber played like a beast last night again, but it wasn't successful enough. Did he have 2 goals? Yeah, that big shot going in for Shea. Eric Branston got his first goal. Give a little Pearlo dance to Eric Branston. Here you go, Eric. I know you're watching. There you go. Pearlo dance for you. First goal of his career. Now, that blew me away when they said that. I was like, Eric Branson, just his first goal now? Like, that trade was a while back for Pacioretty where they got Brandstrom. I thought, well, no, not Pacioretty. Who did they trade? Who did they trade and get Brandstrom? Or was it from White and Brown? Who did Ottawa trade to get Brandstrom? Yeah, TJ Smith is looking like one hell of a coach for sure. That's bugging me now. Oh, they traded freaking Stone. They traded Stone and got Brandstrom back, so he better be good. But he looks like he's turning out. Yeah, Brandstrom and plus other players as well. He does look good though. He looks like he's going to be a good player. I mean, he's not going to make up for Stone, but looks like he's going to be a good player. Uh, Jonathan Drouin got his second. Uh, Montreal needs him to score more than 2 goals in the first 17 games. It's getting to the point where they may consider leaving Drouin out for the expansion draft. Like it's really getting to that point. Uh, he's getting $5 million a year. He just never became what everybody thought he would become. Tampa Bay Lightning is a pretty good judge of talent, and they drafted him ahead of Seth Jones. I remember hearing reports when they were doing scouting reports, and he was getting compared to the likes of Kane, and he is far from that. And when you consider you traded Sergachev for him, wow, very disappointing player for the Montreal Canadiens, no doubt about it. Maybe that's also part of the whole thing with Jullien leaving because Drouin maybe has been stifled creatively. If he's going to be, yeah, he may play better now with Jullien. He's got another life. This is like his 8th life here, with whoever comes in to be coach. That's why I think Boudreau could be a really good pick here because he's a player's coach and he does let guys play. So we'll see. Shea Weber got a hat trick. Is that right? No. Shea Weber got 2 goals. Dano got a point last night. Good for him. He's still, his production's a little lower. Toffoli with this 12th. Crazy. I don't know. He does this, though. He goes on scoring spurts like this where he goes on scoring spurts like this all the time, but it generally doesn't hold on to it. We'll see if he does. This is a guy that may not work well after Jullien leaves because he plays exactly the way Jullien wants. Skate into the zone and shoot. I mean, that's what Jullien generally wants. Lots of shots. And Toffoli's a shooter, so that'll be interesting to see for sure. Where am I here? Yeah, Jullien, I mean, he's had a wonderful, he's going to be probably a Hall of Famer, so there's not much you can say about Jullien. It's just they want a different flavor in there, so that's what's going to happen. Tatar didn't have it. See, Tatar wasn't having a great season. Um, Anderson started out well, but he's been kind of going off. Did the same thing in Columbus, by the way. Anderson was always a streaky goal scorer. So I don't know how much that factored into it, but I think Carolina's going to win this one tonight. Um, yeah, I'll probably go with Florida. Colorado for sure. Colorado, you're not getting any juice on the ML though, are you? I got Colorado and Ray, I think. Oh, really? Which team has all the COVID? I didn't know. No, I did not know that. Wow. Back to more postponements because of COVID. No way, Anaheim ML. No way. No way. And no way, St. Louis. LA is going to win that all day. We'll watch Ulysses. Okay, that one we're going to see. We're stick around when we do scores. We're going to talk about scores. So Stutzla had 17 minutes last night. They're already playing him 17 minutes a night. 6 shots. Looks like he's turning out to be the guy that everybody thought he would be. For sure, no doubt about it. Um, who else? Look at Zub. Zub is playing really well. I didn't even hardly know who he was coming in. Branston only played 12 minutes last night, though. So they're still taking it easy on him as he moves up the lineup. Shabbat was in last night. That was huge. I had Ottawa PL last night. I'd love to see Fleury win a Vezina. Like I said, Fleury's my favorite, one of my favorite, has been my favorite player in the league up until now, until the Kachucks came in. The Jullien situation, I was talking about it on here before, Skies. Thanks for coming in. Please hit the like and follow if you haven't already. That'd be awesome. Uh, I was talking about this before, Skies. I saw the writing kind of already on the wall because I didn't say he was going to get fired necessarily, but I thought that Montreal was in trouble because for some reason Jullien-led teams tend to start slipping lately ever since his last year in Boston and in Montreal. They start slipping into perimeter shooting too much. And he just lost. I'm afraid that he forgets about creativity in this game now. Creativity is very important in this game right now. It's not as simple as he likes to make it out to be now. It used to be, but it's not now. He was a great coach. I love Jullien. He's an awesome motivator. I thought he coached well in the playoffs last year. He's great for the playoffs especially. But like Daryl Sutter as well, Daryl Sutter is another guy like that. They have a problem letting guys be more creative with the puck, and I think ultimately they just thought that they needed somebody in there who was going to let these guys play a little more. And the last game was terrible. These players now today want to create. They want to play. They don't want to just go dump and chase and freaking shoot from all areas of the ice and go, look for rebounds and all that kind of stuff like that. It gets stale with them now. And you can say whatever you want about spoiled brat kids or whatever. I don't care what you say. But that's just a fact nowadays. It is. And I don't disagree with it. I think you played your whole life to become the greatest player in the league, and you're not allowed to use the skills that you honed to create. It doesn't make sense anymore. So I don't know who's going to give Jullien a chance, but when Jullien steps away from the game, I really hope that a lot of his peers come to him and say, can you start letting these guys play now? Work a system where you can allow players to have some free reign to think a little more and be a little creative in their play. And I think that's where I think Jullien's at a plateau or at a fork in the road here, whether he's going to coach again or not by changing his mind on those things. Great coaches do this. Great coaches change over time. And, he was no, I shouldn't say that. Great coaches now have to change. Tortorella changed his way of thinking. Paul Maurice has allowed his team to be very creative and grow and progressive. And I think Jullien has to do that as well. Yeah, Ottawa did dominate them, but Ottawa is a lot better team. We have Jacket will come on here, all over it. Ottawa is a lot better team than people were giving credit for. Before the season started, when they started losing right away, I was kind of like, what's going on? Ottawa is better than this. But we were talking a lot about Montreal, actually. Steele, John, Peyton, and I, where we were a little concerned about Montreal gelling together with all the moves they made. But we completely forgot that Ottawa made a lot of moves as well. And not only that, they were making moves and bringing up young players that hadn't played together before. And so it was taking a while for them to gel. And they have now. And Smith has got them playing some really solid physical, hard-working play. And it's not just Smith. I think Brady Tkachuk is just unbelievable. You thrive off his energy to play every game. Both of the Tkachuks lift up a room just with their competitiveness alone. Like, you cannot get more competitive than those guys. So, and Montreal right now seems to be losing to teams that are out competing them, and I think that was the biggest red flag for them. They just didn't want to take a chance after investing all they did in Anderson and Toffoli and making those moves. They didn't want to take a chance that it wasn't working with Jullien. They couldn't give him any rope, and that's pretty much what happened, I think. I think Jullien will get another shot, but I think he has to rethink himself a little bit. And I'm not going to say anything. I'm not saying anything bad about Jullien. Everybody has to rethink as they grow as a whatever you're in, right? Nothing stays the same, and I think he will. He's been a brilliant coach his whole career. One of the most winningest coaches of all time. Won cups, did everything. Fantastic motivator. He did fantastic against Philly last year in Montreal. Like, they almost toppled Philly. And they were out competing Philly, but they were playing a very simple game. And when it comes to the playoffs, you usually end up having to play a very simple game. Okay, well, I'm going to remember, and you're going to be back here tomorrow. But, okay, you're going to stick around because we're going to be doing picks in a bit here. So we got to go to another game. But that was a freaking fantastic game to talk about for sure. Because we want to make sure we got... I can't believe how fast this is going today. My gosh, we're already at 2:21. We won't talk much about the Predators and Red Wings. I had the Red Wings PL here. I kind of kicked myself. I thought they'd score at least one. But I had I really was excited about the under here. The Predators just can't score. Bernier was in net. He stops a lot of pucks. So, about the only thing we can say about this game, I'll talk about this game, is that there were a lot of rumblings that Nashville was going to change things up. There was speculation that everybody was on the table except for Josie, Rene, and Ellis. And Forsberg was not on the list. So I don't know how that leaked or if it was just a rumor or whatever, but Forsberg got a goal last night. So Detroit just doesn't have the offense on that team. They can't get anybody going. They need a center really bad. Nemeshnikov is not the answer there. That was for sure. After this year, I think Stevie Y's really got to, for the benefit of the psychology of guys like Mantha and Larkin. Larkin is a center, and he's great, but he doesn't have anybody. The opposition can just focus on him over and over and over again. The opposition can just focus on him over and over and over again. So he has to do it all by himself, is what I'm trying to say, and that can wear on the psychology of a team. Really tough. So I think they really still have to get a center going there in Detroit. A veteran center. It's time for them to move on to a veteran center. Shit. What am I doing? Okay. So I'm not going to talk too much about that one. Let's see if there's anything surprising about the ice time for either player. Bernier stopped 31 shots. I mean, Unbelievable what Bernier's done for that team. I hope they're planning on trading him to some place where he can win a cup because he's really he's a late blooming goaltender that is one of the best goaltenders in the league. I was saying last year he was like the best goaltender in the league. Just nobody knew about it because he played for the worst team in the league. But he was stopping pucks like freaking crazy last year. Uh, Eli Toivonen, did he get an assist? Did he finally get a goal last night? They've been playing him and playing him and playing him and playing Tolvanen, and he never. Hopefully, he figures it out because he was supposed to be a superstar, and he doesn't really get many points, many shots. He got 3 shots last night, but a lot of times there's a 0 on the shot clock with him, and that's just not going to happen. Finally, they start giving Rocco Grimaldi some more minutes. Like, what does that guy have to do? I know he's on the small side, but he plays with more heart than just about anybody else on that team. Granlund has been playing with heart. Granlund's been playing with like a guy who wants to get an opportunity this year. The first time in a long time, he's been playing really well. Got an assist last night for Nashville. Nashville seems to be turning things around a little bit. It'll be interesting to watch. I think that they're too buried and psychologically I can't see them coming back, but we'll see. That's pretty much all I got to say about that game. It wasn't really much going on there. 2-0 game, kind of boring. It was 0-0 all the way up into the second, and then I just noticed that they scored 2 finally. So now we go to our last game. And that is the one that Peyton did last night. The Oilers and the Vancouver Canucks. The Oilers go down 3-0 in the first period. And I was even saying, I didn't pull the trigger on it, but I was watching the game. I'm like, if there's ever a game to do a live bet on a team down 3-0, this is the one. The Oilers were really flying. Vancouver just got some very lucky goals, and Smith let a bad one in. Bo Horvat scored from the corner, and it looked like what he was trying to do was bounce it off and give himself a rebound to pass it or something like that. Squeaked in and scored, which was not very good. Tyler Myers, I didn't see that goal. If anybody did, I think it was top end corner. I think that was a good one. And then Elias Pettersson, I believe, also it was a bouncer, bounced all over the place and in. But really even during that time, the Oilers were playing very well. And it looked like the Oilers could come back. Yes, NHNR, for sure. It was a nice comeback by the Oilers, no doubt about it. It looked like the Oilers could come back, though. And then Dominic Cahoon scores his first goal. Nice little move on the tucked it in the inside. Demko probably should have had it. Again, Demko played well this game. It wasn't on him at all. I thought he played really well, except for maybe that goal. But as a whole, he looked really good. Especially with Smith in net. Smith let a bad one in too, so it was kind of even that way. And then Cahoon scores again. Good to get him going if you're an Oiler fan. Scores his fourth from Draisaitl and Yamamoto, and I honestly don't remember that goal. Connor McDavid does what Connor McDavid does. It ties it up. 6 shot. I mean, he does things so effortlessly. It's just ridiculous. Unbelievable. But the funny thing about that was that line at that time. Oh, no, that was it. Chiasson was on the power play again. And I'll talk a little bit about Tippett because he gets a lot of flack for some of the moves he made. Everybody was calling for Smith's head in the first period. Okay. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's not an unbiased live stream at all. Yeah, watching Peyton on the radio, he's not unbiased at all. He'll lose his mind, man, and he'll freak right out. You know, when the Oilers are down, he like practically just wants to end the stream. Let's like get me out of here. But he keeps going. It's just really fun to watch the emotional roller coaster that's Peyton. It's amazing. Uh, so they didn't let Smith, and people were wondering why don't they pull Smith? Why don't they pull Smith? Well, this is the way Tippett is. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but Tippett wants to. Oh, look at that, sweetheart! The sweetheart people. They just followed me on Twitter. It's pretty cool. Uh, Tippett wants to build belief in everybody. And he wants everybody to believe in each other. And that's really the way you got to build a team. So if Smith lets a bad one in, they want them to play. And he wants the players to play for each other. So they're down 3-0. He wants you to believe in yourself that you can win that game with whoever's in there and win for your teammate. And that's what he did. And that win is huge for the Oilers. That win was absolutely huge because that is building belief in that Oilers system. And if that Oilers team starts believing in themselves and believing, and I heard the words in the intermission, I do believe it was Cahoon talking, who said, we believed that we could come back from that 3-0. He said, it's nice to be on a team that believes that they can come back from a 3-0 game. They're not putting their head down. And if you look on the flip side, on the Vancouver side of that game, when it was only 4-3, the Oilers had come back and it was 4-3, and they look like a team defeated. Like there's no way they're going to come back from there. And that's the difference between those two teams right now. I'll probably be swinging with the Oilers for a while now. I picked Vancouver to be really good this year. Top of the North, actually. And I do believe, unless there is some serious turnaround in their belief of themselves, that team's not making the playoffs this year. You were losing the mind. Yeah, I know. You're losing your mind with your team, with the Habs as well. Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's the way it is. It's funny, with me, I don't really get like that too much. Sometimes I do. With Philly and the Oilers. If they are doing something like really stupid or something like that, then I may lose my mind. But with Peyton, it's just basically whenever they're losing. On defense, Bouchard played 12 minutes. Apparently, Bouchard and Jones played fantastic together last night. Here in Edmonton, they talked about it, but it was interesting for me to notice that they only played 12 minutes, but apparently it must have been some amazing 12 minutes. I didn't watch the whole game. Again, I was doing lives and I was working on my picks video. Go check out my picks video, by the way. It's pretty cool. You might want to check that out. Well, I know Ulysses, you've already watched it, but my last one. Brady and Tim are insane players. Brady, Brady and you must be talking about Stutzla. Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. Brady is freaking. The guy's gonna win cups. Brady's gonna bring cups to Ottawa, no doubt about it. I would be very surprised. That's the kind of guy you need on a team to win cups, no doubt about it. Imagine if they still had Stone guys. That would be incredible. Tyson Berry played 22 minutes. Like I said, I didn't watch a lot of this game. Larson played 22 minutes last night. Wow. So I'm guessing they played Larson and Berry together, even though they're both righties, and I think that's a good idea. Did you watch it, Abby? Good. Cool, awesome. I'm glad you guys enjoy it because I put a lot of work into those videos, and I don't really get huge views on them, but I love doing them, and they're for people that really love to cap. You're like, they're not for your. I don't just put out ones where I throw one pick at you and give you no reason why, and just throw it out there. Although I don't want to put those people down either. They do their thing. Awesome. Good for you. It's just not in my heart to do that. I like the detail type meat to it, right? So if you know people that like that type of stuff, please send them over there so they can watch it as well. I really like it to get more and more popular because I have a lot of fun doing it, and it makes you feel good on the insides when you see your views go up. You know, your insides down there, in the insides. There, yeah. No, not there. Up a little bit. There, that's right. Okay. So, Vancouver, yeah. There's going to be some movement going on in Vancouver here, I think. Either Green's going to be let go, or some trades are going to happen or something. I don't know what you're going to do with this lineup. Like this, I think this is taking them right aback here in Vancouver. They did not expect this to be coming at all. They didn't expect the loss of Tanev and Markstrom to affect them this much. Myers playing 22 minutes a night just shouldn't be. That's for sure. I didn't expect that to happen, though. I didn't think Myers was going to be the one playing that many minutes. I thought it'd be Schmidt. But when you look at this defense, there really isn't a lot of meat to it. I admittedly kind of forgot about that. That there's not much meat to that defense. They need some grit on their defense for sure. No doubt about it. Oh, yes, was shocked. That's a very good point, NHNR. You love to see that with a goal scorer. When they stop, when they shoot and they're shocked that it doesn't go in. That is a goal scorer. That is somebody who believes in themselves. They don't go, what's wrong with me? They think, what's wrong with that? No, I'm perfect. I'm great. Just definitely not me. I shot that. You know what I mean? Like, that is a confident goal scorer. I think Stützle is going to be right there with Eichel. And Byfield, we'll see. That's going to be interesting to see what Byfield and Stützle are going to be the next little while here. Because, I don't know. He's got a lot to live up to. That's Stützle looks like he's going to be a beast, man. He looks like he's going to be, and the combination of Stützle and Tkachuk, something we haven't really seen. Where's that combination out there? Draisaitl, but Draisaitl doesn't have the power forwardness of Tkachuk. Like, when's the last time we've seen a power forward like that? Since O'Reilly, Eric Lindros, powerful player. Competitive fire. Both of them are have awesome competitive fire in them. So, well, Kyle Turris was scratched last night. Thank you, God. He is absolutely horrible. I was praying that he would be, that maybe Tippett would get the best out of him or something like that. And maybe he still will by benching him and all that. I don't know. But I know Laviolette couldn't. And then the Hines couldn't. And, when he was with Ottawa, he was sliding for quite some time. I don't know what's going on with Mr. Turris, but I know you're watching, Kyle. I know you are. And I know this hurts down deep in your insides, but you suck. You suck, dude. Sorry. You got to find a way not to suck somehow. Whatever it is you're doing, are you on stuff, or are you not paying attention to the game? Are you having problems in your personal life? God forbid. Then forgive me, but something's got to happen there because you are bad. Bad, bad, bad. Jace Horlock is hurt. Louis Erickson's sitting. That should always be. He should be sitting at home, not making an NHL paycheck, because he's horrible too. So let's get in. We're on to our picks for tomorrow now, everybody. Everybody go get your pens and papers and your journals, and let's sit down and do our study here. Come on, boys and girls. Get in line. Ulysses, Do we need to chatter like that, Ulysses? Okay. Less of this, more of this, right? Right. Let's get into what's going to happen tomorrow. Got our pen right here. Oh, that's right. I just slammed Turris. Turris is going to get a hat trick right away. That's right. Absolutely, no doubt about it. Okay, let's look at our tomorrow games. This is the one some of the most exciting stuff in the land right here. Okay, first game, Lightning Hurricanes. I know, Ulysses, you got to tell the score and who you got winning. Lightning Hurricanes, who do we got out there? I better see who all is in here. Who do we got? 2-1 Canes from HNR. I'm writing it down. Hockey News Reports. 2-1 Canes. Okay. I also have the Canes barely, just like you, because the Canes are tired. They're playing four games in 6 and then a back-to-back. Tomorrow, that'll be a different story. Nedeljkovic is in net, and I like Nedeljkovic. Vasilevsky is in net for Tampa Bay. 4-2 Bolts from Avatar. I know Ulysses is here. He said he was going to wait. What's your pick, Ulysses? Come on. Where are you? Don't have all day here now. I know you're taking the Bolts, but who are you what? Or do you want me to scroll up and use your picks from before? Teravainen's out, yeah, but Sorelli's out for Tampa Bay. My theory here is that Carolina knows that they're probably not going to win their game tomorrow. And I'm already telling you for tomorrow. So they're going to give everything they got in this game. That's why they're putting Nedeljkovic in tonight. Because Nedeljkovic is giving them the best chance to win tonight. So we only got 2 people in the chat here. Who else is there? Ulysses says he was going to wait. He was going to stick around. Ulysses, where are you? What time is it? Okay, well, I'm going to have to go on, Ulysses, so maybe I'll look up in the chat and see. Next, okay, mine, I got 3-2 Canes. Okay, Stars Panthers. I don't know about this game. This game I am really unsure about. What do you got for Stars Panthers? I believe it's Hudobin. Let me do that check. We should have did that right off the top. Hudobin is in. Drigger is in for Florida. Florida's been playing a crap load of hockey. I am so, and Dallas is so inconsistent. Dallas should be beating Florida here after all the hockey that he's played. He should be beating Florida here. 7-1 Panthers? You really don't like Hudobin, do you? My gosh. NHNR 7-1 Panthers. Avatar 3-1 Panthers. 3-2 Panthers, sorry. In OT. And I'm going to go 2-1 Panthers. Everybody took the Panthers. And I guess Ulysses had to go out. That's too bad. Rangers versus Flyers. This is a tough one too. See, Elliott's got a .928 and a 2.25 in 4 games. Now, he's only played 4 games, but that's pretty impressive. Shesterkin has also played really well. So, what do you guys got on that? Both of them are fairly rested, except, of course, we know all the injuries. Panarin's out for the Rangers. Heidel. Trouba is out for the Rangers. The Flyers are without Voracek. Let me check. I'm going to make sure. I'm going to get an update on that for you guys. On injury reports. Let's see, what do we got? Oh my gosh, Miller is hurt for Boston now too. Wow, they're getting a lot of injuries. 3-1 Flyers, Avatar. Okay. Oh, no. Kako? Will Kako be back? No, Kako won't be back. Okay. Philadelphia is going to be out without Konechny, Lindblom, Voracek. I looked at their roster, and I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that as well. I think that sounds about right to me as well. 3-1 Flyers. Avatar. 3-1 Flyers. Hockey News, 2-1 Flyers. Okay, NHNR, 2-1 Flyers. And Pearlo, 3-1 Flyers. All of us have the Rangers only scoring 1 goal. Amazing. Pretty much the same there. Next game. Flames versus the Leafs. Hutchinson's in net for Toronto. Toronto has played like just stupid amounts of hockey. They're going to have 2 days off after this. The Flames, I believe, just flew to Calgary. The last game they played? Yeah, they flew to Toronto the last game, and they won 3-0, but didn't look good doing it. Now they play Toronto, and it's going to be on a back-to-back. Apparently, Rittich is confirmed, and he's looked good. He's really the reason why they won the last game. But I just can't trust Hutchinson in net. I don't know what to do with this game. I think Toronto's gonna. Toronto looked really tired. Had a day off, at home. And they have 2 games off after this. They're going to give everything they got in this game, everything that they got in them, I think. And because they got a 2-day break, sort of. They got to fly to Edmonton after this. So they get a break. They're getting. I think Toronto's probably going to win this game. Maybe Toronto's offense comes out here. I'm really not sure. I'm going to say the Leafs 4-2. Avatar is going back to the same one again. It was just 3-0, and they're going back to 3-0 Flames again. Four-two Leafs for me, and what's 6-2 Flames? Oh my gosh. My biggest problem is Muzzin is out for Toronto. And of course Hutchinson is in net. The Flames look so bad in that win. Now they're on the road again, and Toronto's going to be pissed. Yeah, I don't like the game at all, really, to tell you the honest truth. I'm not fond of this game. I don't like taking tired teams. But the thing is, Toronto's been playing tired a lot. They've had maybe that between them and Vancouver has the worst schedules this year. And how many games has Toronto played so far? 18. They played 20. And Calgary has only played, what? Calgary's played 19 games too. So, I don't know. I don't think Toronto's going to lose back-to-back to the Flames. I think they're going to win this one. But if Hutchinson can shit the bed, and that's really the biggest reason why I don't know. Like, I don't like to bet on Hutchinson no matter what team he's playing on. He's barely an NHL goaltender. He looks like... How many times does the puck rebound in between his pads while he's standing there? Hutchinson. Like, or he'll flop down and he'll be like, the puck hasn't even been shot yet. Like, what are you flopping in that time for? That's crazy. So anyways, we got her in here. We got, unfortunately, Ulysses couldn't stick around with us tonight to do. He just said, I'll try to remember he had Anaheim. Wait a sec, we're not done yet. There's more games. There's more games than that. We got a lot of games yet. What am I talking about? Wild versus the Avalanche. The Wild versus the Avalanche. I know who I got here. What do you guys got on Wild versus the Avalanche? Kakinen's in for the Wild. Grubauer's in for the Avs. Five one Avs. Yeah, that's close to mine too. You're going to pass on that game? Why? 3-1. Okay. Avatar passes for some reason. I don't know why. It's not like we're betting actual money here. A lot of pride, right? I'm going to take the Avalanche 5-2. Okay, let's get to the next one. Coyotes versus Ducks. Oh, you're afraid to jinx your team. Okay, okay. Yeah, you missed all the picks, CL. We're writing them all down. If I have time, I'll take your picks after, but we got 2 more games to go. You can write your picks in now. Coyotes, then the Ducks, CL. Tell me who you guys got. 4-2 Ducks? What are you guys, insane? Everybody's taking the Ducks. 4-2 Ducks. Wow. Okay. Avatar 4-2 Ducks. Are you kidding me? Okay, well, CL, if you want to put your pick in, go right ahead, and I'll try to get the rest of them after. Pearlo. I got Arizona. I got the Coyotes. 4-1. CL 2-1. Yotes 2-1. Okay, that's more like it. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with your picks. I'm just getting scared because I have large on that. I have large on the Yotes to win that game and small on the under. Okay, Kings versus Blues. Kings versus Blues. Okay, Kings. I've got. Have they said what they're going to put in yet? They still haven't said what the Kings are going to put in. Oh, you know what? Anaheim hasn't said Gibson's going to be in net yet, but Kemper is in for Arizona. I'll update it one more time. Wow, 8-0. Calvin Peterson's going to be in net for the Kings. Woo! Okay. NHNR has LA winning, what, 8-0? CL has. Oh, you changed your. Oh no, CL has Blues 3-0. Avatar has Kings 5-2, and I have Kings 4-3. Kings 4-3. I like the Kings. I like the Kings this year a lot. Okay, CL, I'll do real quick. You can go in here But it's got to be quick because I got to get out of here real fast. So give them to me fast. Canes, Tampa Bay. Canes, Tampa Bay, CL. Got to go quick. I got 1 minute. I got to go pick up my wife early today, so. Canes 4-2. Okay, Panthers, Dallas. You like putting down hot takes. What do you mean? Panthers, Dallas, CL. Stars 4-1. I think that's the first Stars one. CL. 4-1 Stars. I understand that. I'm a little scared about that one myself. Flyers, Rangers. You're going to take the Flyers for sure. Just about the score, pretty much. Yeah, we could do that. Like, we'll do like predictions and I'll write down the predictions and stuff like that. That'd be fun too, yeah, for sure. What's the Flyers score, CL? I know you're going to say the Flyers. I got to start taking off my tie right now. I got to go. Give me the Flyers game because I know you're a Flyers fan. I want you to have the score. And then you're going to have to skip the Leafs game because I got to cruise. Flyers 4-1. Okay, I gotta go. So you can write it in the chat, the other games if you want that you missed, and I'll see if I can look them up. But I really got to get going. Awesome, thank you all for coming in. See you on John's lives tonight. I'll be there. You guys are amazing. Love you lots. And that's my full 42. Whoa, where am I going here? You guys are amazing. Okay, bye.